Nawathan Kal Halalim Wahawad La Yahweh Bahasham Yahweh Bahasham Rechaha Kodash. Double honor is sent out to the venerable apostles and elders and elder bishops at the Great Millstone GMS who rule well, who teach well, and salutations to the elect. As always, Abba Ratazar, which means Father willing. So Father willing, this lesson is edifying. Watak. Things are going. Yeah, today is Tuesday, the 7th of April, 2026, the year of sellouts, agents, and apostates. Alright, so I've got this article from endtimeheadlines.org and it's dated today. You can see the headline, Trump makes final threat. A whole civilization will die tonight. And I'll link this news article and put it in the description area underneath. Okay. So yeah, let's get straight into it. Hopefully this lesson will be quick. In a digital message that has sent shockwaves across the globe, a former president has issued a dire prediction regarding the current geopolitical standoff. A former president, still president? According to a report by Metro, the statement was shared via a Truth Social post on April the 7th, 2026, amid rapidly escalation tensions in the so-called Middle East. The publication noted that the rhetoric has reached an unprecedented level of intensity. Metro reported that the post contained the ominous warning, "A whole civilization will die tonight," a phrase that many analysts believe refers to the potential for a large-scale military conflict involving major world powers. We're already in World War III, it's already started. Okay, even with this Iran war, there's more than 20 countries involved. Alright. Let's go to the book of the prophet Daniel, chapter 7, and verse 8. And it reads, "I considered the horns, and, behold, there came up among them another little horn, which represents America, before whom there were 3 of the first horns plucked up by the roots." Right. America overcame the Spanish, the French, and the British. "And, behold, in this horn were eyes like the eyes of a man, and a mouth speaking great things." Yeah, a mouth speaking great things. His blasphemies, his pride. Okay. So, DJ Trump, yeah, he's talking big mess right here. Right? Trump is losing his equilibrium. Before Nero, in ancient Rome, unalived himself, he lost his mind as well. Trump is losing his mind too. You see? At first, Nero was loved by the people. Alright, at first. And then after, he was hated so much that his own Praetorian guards were trying to put him to death. The Praetorian guards historically were an elite group of soldiers in ancient Rome who served as personal bodyguards to the emperor. Alright? Even chased him out of the city. Yeah. Before Emperor Nero took his own life, he was mentally unstable, doing a lot of crazy things. Yeah. He even married a little boy and named him after his wife because he resembled his wife. Very creepy. And weird. And downright disgusting, man. But they're freaks, innit? These are little children, man. They're empty heads. So this chilling forecast follows reports of strategic military assets being positioned across the region. The article highlights that the global community is on edge as, open quote, "the world holds its breath to see if this is a literal warning or part of a high-stakes psychological warfare campaign," end quote. Military experts cited in the piece suggested that such language is often intended to project strength and unpredictability. As Metro detailed, the message appeared shortly after reports surfaced of increased activity at several key military installations, suggesting a direct link between the online posts and physical movements on the ground. The reaction from international leaders has been one of extreme caution. While some dismiss the post as inflammatory rhetoric, others argue that the gravity of the current crisis makes every communication significant. One diplomatic source mentioned in the article stated that the volatility of the current landscape means the words of this nature cannot be ignored by global intelligence agencies. Yeah, things he's been tweeting as well, Trump. As the deadline mentioned in the post approaches, surveillance of the region has intensified. The Metro report concludes by noting that regardless of the outcome, The statement has already succeeded in, open quote, dominating the global conversation and shifting the focus toward the catastrophic risks of a failed diplomatic process, end quote. Yeah. No matter what anyone says or tries to do, it cannot stop World War III. Like I said, it's already started. Let's go into the Old Testament and we'll go to the book of the prophet Isaiah, chapter 13, straight to the point of verse 4, and it reads, "The noise of a multitude in the mountains, like as of a great people, a tumultuous noise of the kingdoms of nations gathered together. The Lord Yahweh of hosts mustereth the host of the battle." That's right. World War III will not die down anytime soon. Okay? Of course, we're waiting for the RFID micro chip, which is the MOTB, to be mandated globally. Alright? Before the nukes fly. Okay? When Yahushua returns, he will put all these nations into subjection. Okay? And America's already feeling the effects of this war. How much more so when the missiles touch US soil? You see? So yeah. Just wanted to touch on that. What's this? Man, they do jabs over everything. Weight loss jab. British Heart Foundation. Over 1 million to be offered weight loss drug on NHS National Health Service over here in the UK to prevent heart attack or stroke. What's wrong with doing things the holistic way? And people are going to run and take this. And massive ones anyway. 6 days ago from BBC, weight loss jabs will be offered on NHS for people at risk of further heart attacks. By the way, this is not medical misinformation, just in the news. The Guardian. 6 days ago, NHS England to offer weight loss drugs to 1.2 million people to reduce risk of heart attacks and strokes. Yeah, if you trust your enemy and take this and consent, yeah, your body's going to be in a worse predicament. It's going to be worse off. Even if it might even work, and yeah, you end up losing all the weight. Will there be some side effect? Weight loss jab. Come on, man. Just lose weight the normal way. Diet. Come on, man. Change your diet. Alright, you know the score. Exercise, of course. Follow the dietary law. Alright? Detox, etc. Make use of the herbs. You actually got idiots that will go and actually take this. Just like they ran and took the Crown 19 thingy. Oh, side note, John Travolta. Yeah, he's an Israelite, but he's Gay when you do your research. But yeah, that's what I wanted to just touch on. And stuff like that. Yeah. So, Shalom and a bad